Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
How many's glad to be in the house of the Lord tonight?
Amen. Thank you, Jesus.
Say, I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy to be here.
I'm glad that Jesus saved my soul, and He took me out of the trouble that I was in, out of the pits of hell, and took me out of the places that I was in, the road that I was heading down.
Amen.
I was heading down a path, Brother Gerald, that, buddy, I didn't want to walk in it. That wasn't the way that God wanted me to walk, and the flesh liked it. But there was something that, why God chose me, Brother Gerald, I'll never know. But He chose me. He picked me to do a work for me. He picked me. Out of all the people, He called me that night. And I thank God for that. All the people sitting in the house, there's been men that got touched, but why did He call me? What did He see in me? But He's seen something in me to want to save my soul, to want to die on the cross for me. I thank God for what He's done in my life. Everybody, if you have your Bibles, turn to Luke chapter 12.
Thank you, Jesus.
I have one scripture for you. Luke 12 and 35. When you have it, say amen.
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 Luke 12 and 35 says, let your loins be girt about and your lights burning. Give the Lord a hand.
Amen.
Let your loins be girded about and your lights burning. Look at somebody and say, who left the lights on?
Who left the lights on?
Hey man, I know sometimes Pastor, as a preacher, I thought, man, I got these little simple titles, and the Lord gave me this, and I said, that's a little bit different. And you know, my first thought when He gave me, I was like, man, what is this? Well, you know, but you study, let the Lord lead it. But who left the lights on?
Amen.
When I get done, I hope you can say, I'm leaving the lights on.
Come on.
And I know down here, you know, the electric bill run up, you leave the lights on. But if we leave the lights on in God, Brother JR, you know what happens? Our spirit man grows. Our inner man grows. That's what happens when you leave. I don't know. I just got that. I just thought about that. I know our bill goes up, but you get high in the spirit. You get lifted up in the spirit when you leave your light on. And we always talk about the light bulb getting blown in front of all kinds of people. And the Bible talks about that we're a city set on a hill that cannot be hid. It can't be turned out, Brother Jerry. It cannot be blown out. The loins got to be girded about and your lights burning. People's got to see something in us that makes them want to come to God. People has got to see something in us that makes them want to come to Christ. People have got to see something in our lives. When they come by somebody's house, Brother Jerry, and they see the lights on, they know somebody's home.
Come on.
Come on, preacher.
When they look in the window and they see a light on, they think, well, somebody's home. Somebody's living in there. Somebody is dwelling there. And that's what I want people to look when they see the lights. Somebody's living there. Somebody's dwelling there. Somebody is inside of that house. Somebody's living and walking and breathing inside of that house. And I believe it's time that we leave our lights on. And some people walk out the doors, Sister Pam, and they'll turn their lights off. And they'll forget about God and they'll walk away from God. But it's a time to leave our lights on and let it shine before men that they can see the good works of our Father. They can see what God's doing on the inside of us. If we don't leave our lights on, people's not seeing the good works of God. They're not seeing what God's truly doing in our lives. And when I walk out these doors, it's not in here that they got to see my light, Brother JR. And Brother Blake, they're not looking for it in here, but they're looking for it out there. They're not looking at it. They go, I can shout and run, jump, and have joy in here. But out there, I can live like the devil. I can live like Satan. Out there, I can be dark out there. But when I go out there, I got to have a light burning, and they can see it. And if they ain't seeing, what are they seeing inside our lives? If it ain't light, it's darkness. If you ain't got something burning, you're dim and you're gone out. That's all there is to it. You're not hot, you're not cold, you're lukewarm, and it's how people want to be lukewarm, Brother Gerald, in this hour that they're living. They're not burning for God. They're not on fire for God. They don't care about God. They want to live their own way. They want to leave the lights off. They want to turn that switch every time they go outside the doors. They're down at Walmart. They want the light to be off. They want to do what they want to do, and they want to say what they want to do. But it's a time to leave our lights on.
Come on.
Let our lights so shine before men
Yes.
that they can see the good works and glorify God therein. Well, they got to see something in us. If they ain't seeing it in us, then who are they going to see it in? They're not going to see it in the children of the night. They're not going to see it in the ones that's dark. But we got to be children of light. That the epistles taught us about being children of the day, about being children. There's not no light in the nighttime. There's just dark out there. That's when the devil likes to work, when you're the children of the night. But the children of the day, they're working for God. They're working in the day. They are light, Brother JR.
Amen. Bless you, Lord.
And I was thinking about this today. I was down praying and God showed me this. Our lives got reflected, and our hearts got reflected from Calvary. There was a light that was shown from Calvary.
Amen.
That made us something who we are today. The light that shined from Calvary made us who we are today. And now it shines from us. Because He shined as He walked on the earth, we got to start shining just as He shined. He said, "Be ye holy, for I'm holy. Walk as Jesus walked. Do what Jesus did." And when He shined a light to the world, they seen something in Him. They seen it. They're getting fed by Him. They're getting healed by Him. The miracles come from Him. And if they're not seeing it in us, who are they going to see it in? If they're not seeing the power in us, who are they seeing it in? We got to leave our lights on in this time that we live in this dark. The world is so dark. Dad, this world's dark and people's in it. They're looking for a light to get out. They're looking for an escape way. And the escape way is in the light. You ever seen where it's just a big picture's black and then there's just a little light far off and they can see it? And that's what they're looking for. And there's not many left out there that's truly shining the light of God in this hour. But when they look out far up and they see us standing out there with our lights burning, with something burning on the inside of us that lights up the whole world. Whereas a city set on a hill that cannot be hid. It cannot be hid. But if you have the true light of the gospel of Jesus Christ in your life, it cannot be hid. It's not hid throughout the generations. It shines throughout everything that Jesus did. Has shined throughout the generations. Everything that He done on Calvary has been shining generation and generation. And I'm telling you, it's going to keep on shining through our lives. Yeah, He's gone. Jesus is up in heaven, but He's working through us. He's being manifested through us. He's not manifested through the children of the night, but He's manifested through the children of the day. Who left their lights on? When I get done, I hope you can say, "Man, I've been leaving my lights on. I've been winning souls. He that winneth souls is wise." And the only way in this hour that we're living in are going to win souls is going to be to have the light. The Baptists ain't got the lights on. The Methodists ain't got the lights on. The Pentecostal don't have the lights on. They're walking in their own traditions. They're walking in their own ways. But I tell you who's got the lights on. It's called Jesus people. It's called the ones that want the name. It's called the ones that love Him and care about Him and want to lift His name up. It's not the ones running down the street that talk about their neighbors. It's not the ones that run down the street that does as they please. It's not the ones running down that's putting a reproach upon the church, a reproach on His name. It's not those ones, but it's the very ones that's sitting right here in the seats that want to worship our God and lift up the name of Jesus.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Those are the ones that had their lights on. Those are the ones that truly want to worship God and truly love God and truly want to serve Him with a heart that's on Him because their lights are on. They want people to see the good works of God. They want people to see what kind of helper God is in our life, what kind of lifter He is in our life. They can't see it when we're down there doing the same thing as them, as we're just doing the same darkness that they're in. If we're in the same, He said He called us out of darkness into His marvelous light. And that marvelous light shined on my life when I was in darkness, and it drawed me. There was a drawing power that drawed me that night, and it was the light shining on me, and it was drawing me from my seat to Him, and it was calling me out of darkness. It was drawing me right out of the pits of hell, Brother JR, and calling me into His kingdom, calling me into His marvelous light. It was drawing me right there off my seat, calling me to Him, saying, "Won't you come to me? Won't you give me fully your life to me? And I'll take it just as you are, and I'll bring you into my life, and I'll do as I please. Oh, I got full control in your life. I'll take you over. I'll bring the power in your life. I'll anoint you. I'll set you up. I'll lift you up. I'll build you up. I'll give you what you need. I'll supply all your needs. I'll give you according to my riches in glory."
Amen. Preach it, brother. Come on.
There was something that drawed me. I was in darkness, and it drew me from the darkness into His marvelous light. There was something that I felt that day. There was a light that hit me in the heart, that cut me in the heart. It was so bright, and it shined in my dark and cold heart, and it made me want to come to God, and it made me want to come to that marvelous light. That marvelous light, something that's better than anything else. It drew me to Him. It pulled me out of what I was in. It pulled me out of the strongholds that I was in, and it cast them down. And it said, "Won't you come to me?" And it said, "Won't you live for me?" And it said, I'm leaving my lights on. It said, you're going to leave your lights on. It said, people's going to see the good works of God. People's going to see what I can do in your life. People's going to see what I'm going to do.
Amen. Come on, brother.
We got to leave our lights on. Let me tell you what light does. It divides darkness.
Yes, it does.
Yes, sir. Come on.
Genesis says, and God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night. He was saying, I was taking light and I was making it divide the day and the night. When people sees us, they got to see the light that's dividing the day or the day from the night. It divides it from sin. It separates it from sin. It separates it from darkness. The ones that leave their lights on is separate from darkness. They look different than darkness. They're not the same as everybody else roaming around in their darkness. But we had the lights on. There's something that shines on us when you had the lights on, and then you get the lights back on in your life. People begin to see the works of God. They begin to see how good God truly is. When they see you come out of the pit that you was in, and they made the same statement, you'll never get out of that state. You'll never get out of the position that you're in. Oh, come on, people's been saying that for years on certain ones, speaking that right over top of their lives, saying you'll never be anything. You'll never do anything good with your life. You'll never become anything. But then God pulled you out of the darkness. Then God turned on the light. He said He paid your electric bill, and He gave you what you needed. You didn't have no electric inside. It was cold and it was dark, but then He turned on the electric, and He said, let the light shine before men. He turned on, He paid the electric bill. He paid the debt that needed paid, and He got you right on to the right track, and He said, I'm going to pay your electric bill.
Come on. Hallelujah.
Mighty God.
All right.
And the lights are on.
Thank you,
Yes.
Jesus.
It's good, preacher. Come on.
But that light in the heavens that comes down, we see every single day. It divides. There's a light in the firmament of heaven that divides day and night. When you see that sun going down, that's the firmament in heaven that separates it. When you see the sun start coming up, that's what divides it right there, the night going into the day. And that's how it is in our lives. That's how it is to everybody else. There's something that separates us. That's why He said, be ye separate. That's why He said, be ye holy, for I am holy. That's why He said, be ye separate, thus saith the Lord. That's why He wants us to be separate, because we're not like darkness. We're not like the children of the night, but we're like children of the day. He's coming back after a people that's the children of light. That's the children of the day. He's not coming. All the ones that are the children of the night, they're the ones that it's coming to as a thief in the night. That's the ones that ain't waiting for Him. That's the ones that ain't waiting and looking for His appearing. But He said, all them that love His appearing, all them that are looking for His appearing, those are the ones that He's coming after. Those are the ones that's when He comes by to their house and they got the lights on. That's the one that He's looking for. He ain't looking for cold and dark that wouldn't let Him pay the bill, that wouldn't let Him pay that debt that you was in. But He paid my debt, and He turned the lights on, because He said, I died on a cross to pay your electric bill. I died on a cross to give you life. I died so you could have life. I died so I gave you life in your life. Light in your life.
Come on, everybody.
Preach.
He died for this very reason.
Yes.
He said, I go away, and I was the light. Now I go, and you are the light.
Come on.
Amen.
Come on.
You're the light of the world.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
When they come by and they see us, there's something that sticks out to them. They look at us and say, there's something about them. There's something about this kind of people that I feel from. Light brings warmth. They feel something, Brother JR. And Brother Blake, they feel something off of us that draws them to God.
Come on.
When they feel the warmth, they're cold. They're in the darkness. Darkness is cold, Brother JR. Darkness, there is no light there. There's nothing good there in the darkness.
Yes.
But in our lives, they feel warmth from us. They feel what it's like to have a light. Even though they don't have the light, they feel it. And they say, man, that feels good. I want to be around that light. And when they get around the light begins to take. Light is greater than darkness. The light shines through the darkness. The light is greater and bigger. And all you got to do is just have a little candle in a room and it lights it up. Just a little teeny candle. gives you light, and it overpowers darkness.
Yeah.
And it overpowers it in our lives. And when people see that light, it makes them want to come to you. It makes them want to say, I want what they got. I want to have whatever they got. I want to see what they feel. I want to know how it feels to be where they're at. I want to see the light shine out of my house. They realize they're dark. They realize that they're cold. They realize they need warmth in their life. They need the fire of God in their life to burn out all the sin, to separate all the sin. They need their lights burning and their loins girded about, and they don't have the light burning in their life. Because I want to know, I want to ask you, who's got their lights on? And that's how I want people to see what I got. And I want them shining before all men, that they can see the good works of God, the good works of what God's done in our lives.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Man.
Bless you, Jesus.
If the lights ain't on in your life, they don't see it, Bud J.R. But like they don't see what we have.
Man, it's truth. Right.
They've got to see something. They've got to see a light burning.
Amen.
They've got to see something different than what everybody else has.
Amen.
They've seen the same things for years, but they're looking for somebody different.
Come
Man,
on.
that's truth.
That's got something else to offer. They done tasted of everything else.
Right.
They done had everything else. They're looking for what we got. They're looking for something bright.
Come on, brother.
You ever notice kids, they like bright and shiny things? Maybe that's what attracts people to God. They love them shiny things that's so bright and so shiny and new. And that's what it is when you come to God. What draws you to God is light.
Amen.
In our darkness, what draws us is that light that shines so bright that's waiting on us to come to Him. When He called me, all I had to do was walk to Him. And the light was right there waiting on me to walk to Him. And it was so shiny and it was so bright and it enticed me to come to Him. It made me want to go to Him.
Amen.
Amen.
And if they're not seeing the light, they are not going to come to Him.
That's right.
They're waiting. They're looking. There's so many people. They've seen the Baptists. They've seen the Methodists. They've seen all the denominations. And that's not what they want.
Come on.
They're not looking for people that's going to go down the road and stab them in the back. They're looking for one that's got a real light on. They ain't looking for the ones that's flickering. They're looking for the ones that's burning bright.
Oh!
Steady. Amen. Steady. Hallelujah.
The record okay.
Amen.
They're looking for the ones that's got the juice, buddy, to get to them.
Come on.
Amen.
The light that's going to keep burning. They ain't looking for the ones that just give up after a couple weeks.
Yeah. Come on.
They ain't looking for the ones that let down just because your family walks in.
Uh-huh.
They're looking for somebody that's going to burn bright, that's going to show them a light.
Yes.
Amen.
Bless him, Lord.
Ephesians 5:8 says, "For ye were sometimes darkness." Not sometimes we're in darkness. It says you were sometimes darkness.
Uh-huh.
But now are you the light in the Lord.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Walk as children of light. For the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth, proving what is acceptable unto the Lord. I'll tell you what's acceptable unto the Lord. It's walking as the children of light. That's what He's wanting to see you walk as.
Yes.
You can walk in darkness all day long and He ain't pleased with it. It ain't acceptable in the eyes of God to walk in darkness. But it's acceptable that you walk as the light in the Lord. As children of light, He looks and He's wanting somebody that's left their lights on. He's looking for somebody that's willing to walk this way.
Come on.
Come on.
Blake talked about the old path. He's looking for somebody that's walking this way. Oh, it's got the light in it.
Come on.
In the path that I'm walking. Not just any old path that holds this light. But I'm telling you, if you let your lights on, people's going to see the good works of God. And they're going to see what God's done in our lives. And they're going to begin to come to God. We wonder why we don't see people saved. We wonder why people won't come to church. It's because they're not seeing what God's done.
Come on.
When they see the same old man that was the same one they seen before, that says the same old things they said before, that does the same old things they did before, they have no reason to want to come to God.
Come on.
Amen.
That's
I can't get mommy to go. Mommy won't come because you won't live the way you're supposed to and walk in the light as you are the light.
Oh, preach it.
Mommy and daddy ain't coming because you're not going to do it. If you don't do it, mommy and daddy, they may be right there behind you waiting for you to do it, and they see you do it, and they say, well, I'm going to do that too. That's light, that's powerful, that's good. I want to walk in that way.
Come on.
And they're just waiting for you to take up your cross and walk in the light.
Amen.
There's people that's watching our every single day of life, waiting to see whether or not we're true with God, or whether or not we have a real light, and whether or not we're walking in the light as He was the light. And I'm telling you, they're looking in your house and seeing if you got the light on, and if you ain't got the lights on, they don't want no business coming here.
Amen. Come on.
Come on.
Oh, there's many that drive by here, Brother Jared, and see the lights on every Sunday, every Wednesday, first and third Tuesday. They see them on Sunday mornings. They see all the lights on, but they don't want to come in here.
That's right.
Now, there's a reason behind it. Are they seeing the right things from us?
Come on.
Oh, come on, this is a message that God gave me.
Come on.
And it's begin to check yourself. Every message, you should be checking yourself.
Amen.
Well, what they're talking about is, am I doing it? Because if it's from God, somebody is doing it.
Come on.
Somebody needs to shine their light just a little bit brighter. Or some of you need to get your lights on so they can start seeing God.
Right.
You want mommy to get saved? You need to get right with God and make your light shine. You want daddy to come to church? Then you need to get right with God yourself and let that light shine so you can see it. Oh, I want aunt and uncle to come to church. Well, you best get your light shining, because they ain't coming unless yours is shining. They're looking at you. You say you go to church. You say you're right with God. How come your light ain't shining? How come God ain't working in your life?
Come on.
Man, preach it.
When they see the same old person, they ain't looking for that. They're looking for somebody that's honest, and they're looking for somebody that's got a light on. They can see. That's the place I want to be. That's the place I want to stay.
That's right. Come on. Bless Him, Lord.
They're looking for it. We want to see sinners saved.
Come on.
We got to be a light.
Yes.
That's why Jesus could see the sinners, go right in there with them and win them, because of the light that He shined. I'm just about done. I want you to ask yourself, are you leaving your lights on?
Come on.
Who let their lights on?
Come on,
Come
brother.
on, brother. Preach it.
Come on.
Who let their lights on?
Come on.
I'm leaving mine on.
Yes.
I want the world to see
Come on.
what God's done in me.
Yes.
I may not be the most popular preacher, Brother Gerald, but I want them to see what God's done in me. It ain't about how I preach. I just want them to see that there's a better life, that there's something better in God, that there's something they can find in God that'll give them rest from what they're doing.
That's right.
He said, come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, and I'll give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart. He said that because He wanted to give you rest. And all these people that are seeking for rest can find it in God. If you're looking and you need peace in your life, it's going to come from God. You ain't going to find it down at the beer joint. You ain't going to find it down at the whorehouses. And you ain't going to find it doing the things that you're doing at the house. Ain't going to find it in the Wi-Fi. You ain't going to find it in YouTube and on Facebook. But you're going to find it in God.
Amen.
You're not going to find it in all these things. Yes, some things are good, man. Nice razors and foils are good. But you ain't going to find the peace of God in that.
Amen.
They're good to have. A nice house is nice. But unless you get the power of God, unless you get that light burning in your soul, you're not going to find peace. You're not going to find rest for your soul.
That's right. Amen.
Come on, preacher.
He wants to see the lights, Brother JR.
That's right.
Sister Ron, He's looking for a light in us. When He comes back, He's only... But I know back in the Old Testament, talking about the ones that had the blood up on the post, their doorpost. But now when He comes back, He's looking for the lights in the house to be
Come
on.
on.
Come on, preacher.
That leaves them on because they know He's coming.
That's right. Come on, brother.
You've been saying that for years. Yeah, and we're going to keep on saying it until He comes back. Because you know what? He's still coming back. He's still a soon coming King. And He's looking for a church that's got their lights on. He's looking for a church that's made themselves ready. And if you've made yourself ready, your lights are burning. Your loins are girded about. And it's burning so bright that the devil don't want nothing to do to you. You're scaring him off because of how bright it is.
Yeah.
Amen.
Come on.
The heat off of it scares the devil.
Amen.
He don't want nothing to do with us.
Amen.
It blinds him when he walks by. Because there ain't no light in him. He's plumb darkness.
Amen.
Amen. Come on.
He ain't attracted to the light. Oh, yeah, one spot said He's transformed Himself into an angel of light, but He ain't got no light in Him.
Come on.
He didn't. Jesus told us what He come to do. Kill, steal, and destroy is all He came to do. And that's what He'll do in our lives, in the darkness.
Come on.
That's why it's important to get out of darkness and get into light.
Amen.
This is what we need to be the light, as He was the light.
Uh-huh.
Be a city set on a hill that can't be hid.
Cannot be hid. Come on.
No matter how much you try to put me down, it ain't going to be hid. No matter how much you do to me and what you say to me, it won't go down. You won't. The light's going to keep on shining no matter what you do. You can tell lies on me and it's still going to keep on shining.
Amen.
Amen.
You can make up stuff and it's still going to keep on shining.
Yes.
It's a city set on a hill that cannot be hid.
Amen.
It can't. No matter what you do, it's not been hid.
Amen.
Right,
I thank God. I want something burning in me that they see.
Yes.
I want something inside of me so strong that it draws people to God.
Uh-huh.
The anointing draws, Brother J.R.
Uh-huh.
Brother Roy, the anointing draws people to Him. That's what really gets people. The anointing draws them.
Yes.
I thank God. Who left their lights on?
Come
Come
on.
on, brother. Come on, preach it.
Praise the Lord. It's good.
Give the Lord a hand.
Amen.